Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's sun shining at the minute. Hopefully it'll be a better week this week. Hopefully we'll get the spring barley cut and the spring beans as well and get harvest 2023 wrapped up. But time will tell. Yeah, I'm back in the oilseed rape again, putting what they call a graminicide on. Basically it's a weed killer, but it only takes out volunteer cereals, i.e. that's what's come out the back of the combine or the heads of shed or whatever into the floor and grown. So it's all competition for the rape, so we'll take that out and then we'll just be left with the rape growing in nice rows. Anyway, you can see the rows now. I'll turn the camera around and show you in a minute. Yeah, all that greenery in front of us, that's what we call volunteers. It's the volunteer cereals. But once that's taken out, there'll just be rows of rape left. There you go. You can just make out the rows nicely now. It's starting to grow away from flea beetle. So, yeah, hopefully it looks like it'll make a nice crop. In this particular field, we drilled a companion crop with the rape to try and stop the cabbage stem flea beetle. We drilled buckwheat with it. So this is the buckwheat, and that's the rape, and it's meant to attract the flea beetle, deter them. So I don't know whether it's worked very well or not, because there's still quite a lot of shot hole in. Well, it's helped maybe, but anyway. I'll show you it. Well, what's turned up today? It's Tuff-Trax's road grader. He's going to grade us a few farm tracks on Monday. So yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully we'll get some views of him. Yeah, I don't know if anybody hasn't seen one of these. It's an old Volvo road grader with the front axle taken off. Steering axle off the self-propelled grader, put onto like a fifth wheel, a turntable anyway, which is connected to the 3-point linkage. Then he's got his scarifying teeth off, which you can lower down hydraulically with the rams here if he needs to loosen the tracks up. And then of course the all important bit is blade, which can be angled on a rotating turntable here. You can also adjust the pitch of it from these rams here, so you can put a camber on the roads. And then he's got a ram here and one on the other side. No, that's the sliding bit. This is the ram. This is the ram. That's the sliding rod. But basically you can slide it one side or another, so you can offset the blade depending on which side he's scraping or where he wants to put the soil. And then, yeah, they've chopped the back end of the scraper off where the cab usually sits on a road scraper, and put a pair of wheels on it. And maybe all importantly, he's got a big block of concrete on there to hold him down, to make it dig in. So yeah, oh, and he can steer the rear axle as well. So that's good. So he is on an earlier video. I don't know what number. It'll be fairly early on in what I've taken, one of the video diary series. But yeah, he's come back to revisit us. So yeah, you'll see him in operation hopefully next week. Oh, on the front here, yeah, mustn't forget this. He has some hydraulic vibrating whacker plates on. So he can, when he's loosened anything or when he's made a track, he can firm them down. He's got a front linkage, obviously, they're mounted on, so he lowers the front linkage and puts pressure on them, and they're hydraulically driven vibration units, like a whacker plate, what you use on a building site. So yeah, good setup. Grader's been over here, and what he's done is just scraped it to loosen it to let it dry, because it's a few potholes along here, so it'll be, although there's been some rain, Anyway, he's just loosened it. Plenty of stone underneath, as you can see. If we can. Oh, here we are. So it's solid underneath, but it's just, this looks going to dry now, and then he'll be back another day and grade it properly. But yeah, it's looking 100% better already. Be another good internal road win.
Road repairing today, trying to put a road back into some kind of order.
Nice and slowly peeling it back, pushing it to this side. Getting down to the original road where it was built many years ago. Solid stone and brick underneath. Right, well, we had a bit of extra work to do. Have to pull them brambles out. All the trees what were down this side, they have now gone because we couldn't get to the dike. As you can see, they're all been sheared off in a heap ready for collecting. Now I'm just going to dig the roots out because, as you can see, they're in the bottom of the dike, which isn't good. So we'll have them out. When I get sorted, so yeah. They're not in that fast really, there's not much of a route on them. Then what they'll do, we'll burn them. Next job on the agenda before I start digging the dike out, we've got a bridge hole here what's collapsing at the sides. We don't use it, so we've decided, and it's all collapsed in there, so we're going to take it out. So I'm going to dig it out now before I start digging the ditch out, and then we can use it, the bricks and rubble and everything, for another bridge hole further up the dike. We're going to put in a bigger one. Well, as you can see, diking's underway. Looks a bit better now than what it did do. water can get away. It's running, got a bit of a flow on, so yeah, all good. Yep, looking good. We've got round the corner. It's going up the hill now. This is where the dike comes round here, and we've got another dike what we need to sort out up there. It's blocked. Wants new bridge putting in, which we shall do some stage. A couple of stuffs there running down there. There we go. Looks a bit different how it did on the other video when we first started, I must say. Well, that was a pleasing find. We never knew that pipe existed. We knew that one did, and I found another one up the dike. So yeah, it's been really worthwhile doing it out. Result. We've got a bit of water backed up here. This is the next project. Yeah, in winter sometime. But water's coming, it's the main dike feeding the rest of the farm. And the pipe's blocked. Needs digging out and a new pipe putting in. But I've took a scoop full of two. Result. That's shifting some now. Well, we took that original bridge out. We've decided now we're having a new bridge put in, but a lot wider, bigger pipe, so we can get across into that field. We will do the one I said and I dug out last night. But yeah, this will be a good solution, so we'll be able to drive straight across with a combine. We'll get a bit of edge taken out to get across. Well, I love the hydraulic thumb. It's like a giant game of Jenga. Just building the wall up now, the edges of the bridge. As you can see, I'm trying to build the sides up fairly vertical so we don't lose any bridge capacity. So yeah, that's why I'm putting everything in with the thumb like that. Well, that's it. New bridge is in. Looks fairly good to me. Do maybe just a bit of small stuff at the sides here, just to blind it in. But at the minute we haven't got any, so we might put some on in future. But yeah, very happy with that. Well, we've finally got cutting. It's Sunday afternoon. After a real damp start this morning of fog and mist, we've got going on the last of the spring barley. Currently I don't know what the moisture is because this is first load. I don't think the combine's accurate, it's not as dry as 15.5. But yeah, yielding not too bad. But yeah, at the minute it's going well, but the forecast isn't very good, so hopefully we'll get a good bit cut before it does rain. Anyway, we've got George leading from us, he's at the bottom there, and Dave's on his way. Yeah. Anybody who's wondering why we're still cutting spring barley this late is because it was very late drilled. in was it end of April, could have been in May, I can't remember now, but it was after a failed oilseed rape crop which we ripped up, we sprayed off and ripped up because cabbage stem flea beetle had laid its eggs in the stems and got the larvae in. The larvae had hatched, and it actually didn't look bad, but then it started going backwards from about February. So we took the decision to rip it up and put it in with spring barley. That's why it's so late and we're only just combining it, for anybody who's wondering. Well, that's it, it's got the better of us. Started to rain, that's it. We've done about, well, we can't see the camera. We've done about 24.5 hectares, so we ain't done bad. We'll come back to it another day. Oh boy, and did it rain. We had 36 millimetres of rain by the morning. Well, with the majority of the winter wheat seed here, all the barley, more seed here, we're ready to start drilling when the weather picks up. Got some new seed come for growing on for next year. So yeah, we just need the weather to pick up, and we're away. Needs a bit of drying though, because up to now we've had 46 millimetres this week so far, so things are slightly moist. Well, that's it for another edition of Video Diary on the farm. It's been a wet week, a lot of rain. We've got a few jobs tidied up around the yard, and we've been busy with the digger, so that's given us something to do. Hopefully the next few days shows dry, so we might even get the spring barley finished and a bit more spraying done, and maybe the spring beans even. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you have, please hit that like, share and subscribe button, and we'll hopefully see you again next week.